So I want to give you guys more information. You know, a lot of people thankfully are sharing what's working for them, what the information they have. We're on YouTube, we're on Twitter. I think some people have their own websites, but I try to avoid that because I think, I feel that if something goes wrong, someone will blame me if there's a problem with my website. So I try to avoid doing that because at this point with all their setups, that's another setup. I wanted to tell you I was sleeping and I told you guys I have something I sleep under to protect my head. I always try to protect this ear because I sleep on this side and the back of my neck because I think that's where they hit to get me so upset because when they hit the back of my neck, it was so painful. So I felt something like this and they said they brought the really bad thing back to remagnetize my head. Can you imagine people magnetizing my head? So I felt something and then they started talking and talking. And so they keep explaining. So as they say things to me, I'm going to tell you folks so that you guys can keep up with what they're telling me. They said they had to remagnetize my head because I must be able to hear this. And I also must be able to, what was the other thing? See things. So they said when I get up, I know the lighting isn't good right now, but when I get up, I should have like little squiggly things on the side of my eyes. So my vision should be squiggly. Now, I have seen that where I look straight ahead, but on the side it's like squiggly. So that's a bad thing. So they're admitting that they did that to me. They also said this thing that I developed, other people developed after being exposed because it's so much radiation. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. And you guys can't see me like, I'm telling you folks this. So they keep saying, well, we thought it would look like you were faking. How could I fake this? My eyes are running. I was in the hospital. Like, what kind of person could fake all of this? Especially when it's out loud. So we're going to continue to discuss this. There's a part of me that keeps asking the same question. I think I've asked this in so many of my videos. If they thought it would look like they were mind controlling me, why would they select someone who's like me, who, when they stole my ideas? I keep saying that. This clearly isn't mind control. Doing over 1,000 videos where I keep saying they steal my ideas, they want to clone my personality. That isn't mind control, that's stealing and then trying to make me discredit me. So if the point was that it would look like I'm faking, then why continue to do it? Wait, my eyes keep running. Why continue to do it? That's my point. Wouldn't it look more like I'm faking if they had stopped? I think I keep trying to come up with logic to people who are illogical. Imagine if they had stopped this and other people didn't see it. And then I start talking about it. Then it would look like I was faking it. But to keep doing it and you see my face keeps, every day I have a different face. Like my face isn't my face. So they keep saying, why don't you change your thumbnails? Why don't they move on to someone else? So that we can catch them doing it to the next victim. That's my whole point. I think there are many victims. And the more they do it, the more their victims can expose it. So they'll say, didn't you just suggest we do it to someone else? No, I'm saying that you folks stayed with me so many years that it became obvious and other victims came forward. And that's my point. The more we discuss what they're doing and saying, the more other victims are saying, wait a minute, that happened to me. And that's how it works. So they will then, their goal is to make me keep questioning myself. I'm not going to question myself because they stayed on me so long that it's obvious. And I'm doing these videos to let other victims of theirs know, you're not alone. I'm also a victim. The next thing you notice about them is they said, first of all, this is supposed to be mind control. Then it becomes criticizing me. Then it becomes making me sick. Then it becomes discrediting me. But all along, they're stealing my ideas. So part of what this means is there are people creating sickness in people, illnesses. So I say illness because it's not only physical, it's mental illness in people. Then stealing from them, then trying to tell people that these people are nuts. They're not legitimate. They're not victims. Then why would you admit to surveilling me for 7 years? Why would you do it? The other thing is, if you're saying that I'm sick and I'm going to the hospital and I have an illness, you've admitted you're the cause of this. This is what I've been saying all along. They keep trying to make it sound like it doesn't make sense, but it's making sense to a lot of people. It's making perfect sense to a lot of people. They're sitting around surveilling me and using technology that requires radiation. And that radiation makes me sick, but it makes a lot of other people sick. So why the fuck are they doing it? That's the reason they're doing it, to discredit me. So that they can steal and no one would believe they stole because they can get away with it. Thank you for watching.